apparently we're going to be getting another Order 66 flashback in The Mandalorian. Now, for those that do not know, I am a massive Star Wars fan. I ain't talking about this new generation stuff. I'm talking about like the old school stuff, the legends, all the old school comic books that date back from like the early 2000s, maybe the late 90s, but the early 2000s and stuff, all the way up until about like 2012 before they did the whole wiping canon away or, you know, resetting the canon or whatever. I'm still a bigger fan of that, but it is going to be interesting that we're going to be getting another Order 66 flashback in the next season of The Mandalorian, man. They have been on a roll with using Order 66 for pretty much all their material. Not gonna lie though, I do kind of wish the modern Star Wars would step away from Clone Wars just for a little bit now. I'm kind of tired of everything. I'm kind of tired of Ahsoka being and everything. I'm kind of tired of all the... I'm tired of that era. Like, I want to move on to a different part of the Star Wars universe now. Like, let's build some other things, you know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting though. I can't wait to see that. So what we're doing today though on here is working on the remaining long shots for the last gun in the game that I have, which is the Wrap H. So I just got long shots and headshots left on it. What's interesting is the long shots and the headshots have been tracking together. I don't know if they changed that in a recent patch. And I noticed that all of my headshot challenges were done after I finished the long shots. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, it turns out they've been getting tracked. Those people probably have thermal. Yep, they got the same idea as me, man. Gonna throw down another smoke. The recoil on this thing is insane. Holy cow. Oh my god, dude. I'm probably not gonna be able to get it done in this lobby. Everybody's either, we've got guys on the flank and we've got guys camping in the midsection. Which makes sense because they're probably just going for long shots too. I'm gonna throw another smoke out here. Start spraying as soon as I peek up. Okay, that counted as a long shot, which is good. These are the last sets of challenges I have. I still don't have the M13. I don't think I'm gonna go for the M13. I tried, unless like I go to like one of those Reddits where they just drop the gun for you. I just don't have that deep of an interest in whatchamacallit, DMZ, to even just try and put in effort. Like, I know that sounds extremely lazy because it is extremely lazy, and forgive me for not giving that much of a shit, but it's just too much. I don't want to try to do a DMZ, and I barely play Warzone, let alone DMZ. Now, granted, Warzone, or rather DMZ, is a less high-intensity version of Warzone, which is fine. And I honestly think it's a little bit more funner than Warzone. I just don't have that much of an interest in it, honestly. Like, today, I feel like my frame rate has just been worse, and I don't know why. I lowered the graphics, I raised them. Maybe I should just stop messing with them altogether. But this is basically everything that I run, and for some reason, it's just been going crazy. It's like when I lower the graphics, my frame rate gets worse. When I increase them, it still just acts funky. I don't know anymore. It's frustrating, to say the least, because for some reason, it just keeps doing this. It's like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't care if that helo shoots me. I think that was the last long shot I needed. Yes, it was. All right, we can leave this lobby. Oh, I moved too fast. There's this annoying glitch in the game where if you go to your weapons menu way too quickly, it just takes off all the attachments on all your guns in your first slot. It's so infuriating. This game is so not put together well right now. Like, the icons keep changing for all the guns. It keeps taking your attachments off. It's so annoying, dude. But now all we need to do is just get headshots, which is pretty easy. We're gonna put on a bunch of fast attachments, pretty much. We're gonna put on this for recoil control. We're going to put on the, I want to say the F-Tac Ripper. We're gonna put on this for mobility. So we're gonna basically build a pretty much full mobility build. Stretch this out, pull this all the way down, even though it hardly does anything really. This for idle. Honestly, trying to figure out the tuning stats just is so absurd. It feels like they really don't matter from time to time, but then they do, but then they don't, but then they do. Let's actually buff up the sprint to fire speed and improve our recoil steadiness. Right around there. Thank you, by the way, for all the support on the channel. This is my second channel, and my most recent video actually got over 400 plus views, which was kind of crazy. I looked at the recommendations of like where it was being recommended from. It was actually being recommended from a Jeff video, which was kind of nuts. And as you can see, the headshots were tracking, but yeah, the channel's growing. I'm happy about this, man. I really want this channel to succeed. It's gonna be fun to see where we can really take things with the Call of Duty focus channel. I love playing Call of Duty, man. I want to revisit a lot of older CODs. Getting my like Xbox 3, or not my Xbox 360, my Xbox One setup is kind of a pain because that console is just, it's a first generation Xbox One, so it doesn't really run well, for being completely honest. Probably need to take it apart, clean out its fans and everything, and then that'll probably get everything straightened out. It's a pain in the butt to set up with the current setup I got. I don't want any of these bundles for the most part. Like, the more I look through all these, the more I just really have accepted how much of a cash grab it is. Like, none of them just stand out to be like, wow, this is just absolutely phenomenal. I really, really want this. Like, I've been turned off so much from the store. Like, for the last like 3 or 4 CODs, I've hardly touched it. Anytime I bought anything from the store, it's from COD points I earned from the battle pass, so I didn't really care about the battle pass next season. Because for the most part, the way I see it, it's like, I only ever wanted the guns in the battle pass. I really never cared about the variants, so sometimes I would use whatever points I earned from the first battle pass I bought at the like first or maybe second season. Let's see how fast this is. Not very fast. I love flashbangs. I love flashbangs so much, dude. I've probably bought things in the COD stores though. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. Like, there's so much shit in the game. That guy's name was Stankussy. Come on, don't be afraid. There's a guy behind me. Somehow I landed a headshot with all that shakiness and that fire. Overall, I've never spent money in the COD store, like ever. Like, at least to my memory. Maybe I did like with Modern Warfare 2019 when that first dropped because we were stuck indoors and I had like a bunch of extra money left over because I was on unemployment because I just lost my job because of the pandemic.
Once their big honking wiener sucked.
All right, bro. So it's like, I was probably spending a little bit on it then, but even so, I still didn't go crazy with it. I just did not care for the COD store. I don't like the idea of the only way to get really cool items is you just spend a shit ton of money on them. I guess it's better than it being like gacha like how it was in BO3. I spent a lot of money on BO3, not gonna lie. I spent money on that game. Like, even though it was randomized and you didn't get anything guaranteed, I was addicted to the gamble in that game. It was so much fun to me. I had no issue spending money on BO3, ever. Literally ever. Like, don't let that 80 FPS or that 90 FPS counter fool you up top. It feels like I'm generally running at like 70 right now. Like, this shit does not feel good. I might just need to get my shit a full restart, honestly, instead of tinkering with it constantly, because holy moly, man. Honestly, let's just get these headshots done. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't spend money on the COD store. I just don't see a point in that shit, man. I mean, there's some cool things in there. The only thing I did actually really want to buy recently was the Ethan's bundle that was like based off of the Infinite Warfare character. Even though it technically isn't, it's just one of the regular soldiers. I don't know why they call it the Ethan bundle. I really wanted that one because I was a big fan of Infinite Warfare to an extent. I was a big fan of Jetpack COD as a whole, but I really did kind of want to get that, but it was like 20 bucks and I'm like, dude, I'm not paying 20 bucks for a character skin and a gun that doesn't even really look like the NV4. It didn't have any like special iron sights or anything. It just was a regular old M4 with NV4 on the side of it. Not worth it, man. Like, if you're gonna make remakes of guns for the sake of like a skin, put a little bit more effort into it than just slapping a logo on the side of it, if you ask me, you know. Now, to be fair, Infinity Ward and Effort are really not mutually exclusive right now. Uh-oh. I'm actually kind of shredding with this. Wait a minute. Those two things are not mutually exclusive, though. Infinity Ward puts the bare minimum these days. I know Ravensoft also technically helps with a lot of the things COD related. It just feels like there's still a lot that needs to be worked on. I'm no game dev, so I can't really speak on complications of trying to figure out all this shit with this game. All this code, like what makes my gun, you know, like what makes my gun shoot. I can't even fathom the shit that goes into it. I was a coding major in college, and that shit was hard, you know, just typing out hello world, bro. Motherfucker, you think I know how to code a gun in a game? I did learn a little bit though when I was in college coding, but like I said, my overall point is, I know it's gotta be complicated, but damn, bro, like I feel like this game could have used at least like another month or two in development. But anyway, moving on from that rant, I think we only need, I want to say 7 more. Don't know how I'm keeping track of that, but I feel like it's 7. What the fuck? Is somebody over here? What the hell are you doing? I really do apologize if the video quality is going to look a little weird. It's feeling a little choppy right now for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm recording. Maybe it's because I'm not. Or maybe not. Maybe that's not the reason. But it just seems to like jump up and down. And there are moments where it's just like really, really nice and smooth. And then there are other moments where it's just like, eh. I wish I actually kept track of headshots like on the scoreboard. Considering that headshots are such an important part of Call of Duties in terms of like camo grinding and stuff, I kind of wish there was like a tracker for it on screen. Wait, did I say I got it? Oh, okay, we're done. There we have it. Wrap's done. Got everything Orion. We're done. We literally have every gun Orion now. All the LMGs are done. The RPK is done. The HCR is done. We're done. We just don't have the M13. And again, I'm not doing that. I'm okay, man. It's just not something I'm personally interested in. I guess I could try to make a video where we could attempt to go for it. But if you don't like that, let me know in the comments down below. I'll leave it up to you guys. It's psychopaths. Some people suggested I should do like some S&D kind of gameplay, like trolling and S&D and whatnot. Maybe I'll give that a go. I've never been a big S&D guy. I've mostly been a respawn kind of guy. But you know, I'll keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. All that work is finally done.